What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online jam league? JamiroFan 2000 here, but yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. This, of course, has been my recurring discussion series here on my channel of nearly 10 years discussing the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai and their now over 30 years of history and musical making. This episode is going to be dealing with some very interesting, rare items that don't usually regularly get out into the open in Jamiroquai media or physical media collecting, but in this case, these are replicas of some of JK's hats, specifically from the Traveling Without Moving album era. Now, it's very rare that any reproductions or replicas of JK's hats would get out. I mean, you can see scores of them on different, high sites where people produce their own products like Redbubble and Etsy. But in this case, these are two very rare replicas of JK's hats that were given out by the record label, or in this case, back in 1996-97, it was Sony Music. But like I said, two of these replica hats have made it onto eBay, and boy, oh boy, are they going for some very high prices. So let's start with the first hat, which is probably the most interesting of the two. This first hat is a Virtual Insanity custom hat that was given out as a platinum-selling album gift back in the year of 1997. Now, Jamiroquai's album Traveling Without Moving in 1997 did over 11 million units sold, and this hat that is currently on eBay listed for a price of $50,000 or best offer is an actual authentic reproduction of the Traveling Without Moving hat that JK blazingly wore in the Virtual Insanity music video in this multi-platinum selling album of Traveling Without Moving that apparently, according to the story on the description of this said eBay auction, was given out to a Sony executive as a gift. But this hat is genuine. How do I know it's genuine? Because it actually has a small tag on the inside of the hat that says The Work Group. For any old members of the family who don't know who The Work Group was, The Work Group was one of the promotional subsidiaries of Sony Music at the time that just so happened to be handling a lot of Jamiroquai's press at the time during that pivotal breakthrough album of that period. But like I said, that hat is currently on sale on eBay. That first hat, I should say, that replica of the Traveling Without Moving hat that JK just made so famous in the Virtual Insanity music video for $50,000 currently on eBay. Now we move on to the second of these replica hats. Now this second hat is from the country of Japan. Now this hat is running at a $3,100 ASCII price currently on eBay, and it's a very interesting hat. It looks a little more of the animal fur material, but much like the other hat, it does have tags on the inside of the hat that do indicate that this hat was from, in the case of the Worker Group. But this hat in question from the country of Japan, which is running at $3,000 on eBay right now, was part of a contest that they were running in the country of Japan during the Traveling Without Moving album era of Jamiroquai to be given away to a lucky person who participated in that contest. Now, both of these replica hats look like they pretty much are genuine, and these were actual promotional items that were put out. In the first case, the first hat to a Sony executive as a thank you gift for the Traveling Without Moving album doing multi-platinum business, and the second one being a prize in a Japanese contest in the country of Japan back in the 1996 to 1997 period. But like I said, both of these hats are available on eBay at very high prices. The first hat at $50,000, which is just crazy money, and the second one at around $3,200. Now, if you'd like to see these eBay listings of these two JK Traveling Without Moving hat replicas that are currently on sale on eBay, I'll be sure to put links to both of those auctions down in the description area of this episode of JamiroFan Talks About down below. And I also made IMGUR albums of all the pictures that were provided in both of these eBay listings, so I'll be sure to put links additionally down in the description area of this episode of JamiroFan Talks About down below of both of these very interesting replica hats. And just for history's sake, I had to save these pictures, but I wish the best of luck to the people in Japan, and it looks like the United States on selling these replica hats of JK's classic top hat from the Traveling Without Moving era of 1996 through 1997. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest new content coming to the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel in this brand new year of 2026. I'm sure lots of Jamiroquai news will be forthcoming into the month of February concerning Jamiroquai Album 9, its first single, the name of the album, and when the heck that album is going to be coming out. And I'll certainly be covering all of that in the future here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related content here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you around.